Oops, I'm falling. We're back out here today. We're going to be working on our Barndominium. The next thing we're going to be working on is getting our water softener hooked up. Right now, we do have water lines hooked up to the house. We're going to leave that up while we're doing our drywalling. But what we want to do is get our water softener hooked into the system, and then also run a line over here to this side of the wall to get our combi boiler hooked up. And the combi boiler is going to handle our hot water for the house. That'll be a tankless water heater, and then it also will hit our radiant floor heating system in the floor. I don't know how much we're going to get done today. I appreciate you guys following along, so stay tuned. All right, we got the fittings on the back of the water softener. We kind of got it positioned where we want it, like in this corner right here. What we got now is we got our Pex-A supplies. So we got Pex-A 90s, we got Pex-A couplers. Now these things, what you do is you use this expander gun to expand it, and then once you get the main Pex line expanded with the fitting on there, then you put it over your like your brass 90s and everything else. You guys are probably wondering what I'm trying to do here. These brass fittings are expensive, and we're trying to save as many as we can and try not to cut off. So what we're doing is we're using our multi-tool here just to kind of cut in there into the side of that compression ring on there, expansion ring, and we're cutting that off, and then we're trying to carefully not to cut the brass fitting, because right there where the little nipples or the edging are on those, the little barbs are on the brass fitting. You don't want to damage those things. That's what we're going to continue to do. Try and get this water line moved all over here to this other side. Continue doing this. We got our Pex-A expansion ring. We got our 90 on here. We got the expansion gun. We're going to have my son help me. So what you're going to do is when you put this on, you got to make sure that that expansion ring is fully seated in the bottom of that thing, and then we're going to go and expand it. Kim, I'm going to have you expand it, and then what we're doing is we got the 1-inch ring on here, and we got to make sure it's greased up, but we're going to keep going. So as he's doing that, it keeps on going farther and farther in, expanding it out. And once we get all the way deep to the full depth, we probably want to go with a couple expansions after that once it gets fully depth on there. So there's 1, 2, 3, and go. You got to make sure when you let go of that button, it's at the small setting, Cam. You expand it again, okay? So there you go. That's got the 90. We want to put the 90 on the other side to make it easier. Now we've already got this thing to cut the length. Now Pex-A, it takes a little bit to shrink back down, so you can't be playing around with it too much, or you don't want to put water on it right away when you're working with it. So we're going to do a test fit here, make sure that's going to fit in here. It is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do some expanding up here, and this is going to, since this thing was already previously expanded going the other direction, we're going to have to put a hard turn on that to get that thing to go in. Nope, I didn't get it quick enough, guys. Okay, Cam, we're gonna have to pull this thing down. And I'm gonna have to like pull this thing back and pull it around. Okay. Now, if you're working with 1/2-inch line, this would not be a problem necessarily. But since we're working with 1-inch line, it is much more difficult to work with. We want it to be 35.5. Let me do that again. Now, 36 inches. Cut me a pipe 36 inches. You got a cutter? Yeah. So we're going to go and cut this next one. So we're going to put it up on there first. And then hopefully have enough room to work with it on the other side. Cam, as soon as I expand it, take the gun. Yeah, this 1-inch, it's no joke, guys. It's the 1/2-inch. I had no problem with it all with the 1/2-inch, but this 1-inch, man, you got to move quick once you expand it out. It wants to shrink really, really quick, which is a good thing. That means it's going to have a tight connection. Oops, I'm falling. Sorry, guys. I was trying to hand him the gun when I leaned back a while ago. And when I did, I lost my balance, which doesn't take too much as an older guy like me, and almost went straight down. Stepped in a bucket, so okay, I need another expansion ring. We got this all plumbed in, coming in from the water softener going in, coming out to the softener. Now we did have to purposely put in a temporary T in here to go to the hot side. We don't got the hot water heat system all hooked up or anything else like that. I know it's going to be a pain. We'll have to either cap that off or do something with that once we get it on, or put a new pipe from there to there back in there, which won't be terrible. We've done it before. We can cut a new pipe in there to be a new one, but we're just temporarily putting that on. The next thing is take this thing right here. It's got the discharge for the water softener. We'll bring that over and go into that drain pipe over there, so stay tuned. Here's our Pex-A right here we have. I'm not going to sit there and permanently put on here because I don't know exactly where all this stuff's going to go. So what I'm going to do is come off here, and I'm going to temporarily probably just screw it to the wall, give us a little bit of extra piping, and then come over here. There's a little drain spout over here. We put a little drain on the wall over here. That way we wouldn't have to go into the floor drain. Otherwise we'd have to come out here in the middle of the floor and hit the floor drain. We didn't want to do that. Alright, this shouldn't be too bad over here. We have a compression fitting on the back side of this thing. Water softeners, whenever the water is ejecting out of the water softener, it's underneath a lot of pressure. So you want to make sure that you're holding it down into your pipe going out. That way it does not get shoved out. So that's where we're kind of really putting some good pressure down right here. And again, we might have to sit there and cut more of that thing off because we want to make sure that we're not here. I'm just going to go straight right here, Cam. And then I want one more setup if you could. And then we're going to put one in the middle. Alright guys, we got that thing done. I appreciate it. Now all we have to do is get the tank back in here. We're able to finish this thing now. We got the main drain line on here. We got the overflow drain line for the salt tank. Now we're going to throw some salt in here and have it ready to go. Appreciate it, guys. That's pretty much it for now. The next big things that we're going to be doing in the future, like I said, we're going to get the radiant floor heating system all up here and get the boiler system up here. So for the moment of truth, we just turn the water on, making sure everything doesn't have any leaks on here. Don't see nothing on this side. I mean, shouldn't have any. But here's our water lines over here coming on this side. Let's check and see if we have any leaks or anything back here on the back side. I'm not feeling any. Again, just feeling for wetness. I can feel this tank is cold now. It's got the water coming up in it, so it's actually cool now to the cut. And nothing seems to be leaking, guys, so I think we did a pretty good job. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for following along. Like I said, the next big thing that we're going to be doing is going to be doing this radiant floor heating system in our boiler, but we'll do that on another day. Until next time, God bless you all.